Hey socialites, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. Welcome to the first day of Vlogmas, you guys. I feel like we just did Vlogmas 2023 and here we are again. The year is pretty much gone. It went by so super fast. So in the month of December, I'll be uploading a video every single day. So every year I do have an advent calendar and we unlock one day of the advent calendar every day of Vlogmas until we're done. So this year, and I showed you guys this in a haul, this year I have the Revolve Beauty advent calendar. Last year I had the Sephora advent calendar and the year before that I think I had like a Macy's advent calendar. So this is my first time having a Revolve calendar and we have 24 days of beauty in here. So at the end of the 24 days I have a huge giveaway. Usually that last video on like the 24th or 25th is going to be my yearly favorite things, which are my favorite products that I've tried throughout the whole year of 2024. And I have a huge giveaway to 2 socialites of a lot of my favorite things. And so stay tuned for that. Usually I do it based on just engagement. I ask that you just comment on every video during the month of December, and then we'll pick the winner from there. This is one of the better looking advent calendars that I've had. Day 1 is right here on the side. So let's see what we got. So day 1, we got a full-size Better Than Sex mascara. I hadn't used this one in a while, but it's still that girl, okay? This is a really good mascara. I'm all stocked up on mascaras as of now, so this is gonna go in the giveaway for 2 of you special socialites. So that advent calendar started off with a bang, full-size Better Than Sex mascara. That's one of the best mascaras out there. So moving right along, today's video is gonna be our monthly favorites. Hit and misses rather, because everything's not a hit. This video is actually going to be combined with October and November's hit and misses because I wasn't able to get October's video up with the whole Sephora sale and everything. So I'm going to start off with one skincare item, which is the Honey Balm Grass-Fed Tallow. This is a multi-purpose moisturizer in lavender. So being that it says lavender, I'm assuming that they have different scents in here possibly, but it's from a company called Really Good Blends. I told you guys about this in a recent haul that I did. They sent this over to me and I've been testing it out. It's almost like a petroleum jelly type of texture to it, but there's little grits in here. It's kind of gritty, which I think is the tallow. And there's honey in here as well, but it's one of those healing, nourishing moisturizers. Recently, I got a facial twice, actually. It's 2 different places. And so my skin had cleared up really well about a month and a half ago. And I thought, okay, the products I'm using is finally working. My skin cleared up. And so I'm like, let me go ahead and incorporate facials again. Well, so I went to a couple of different estheticians, and when they did the extractions, it scarred up my skin. So now I have hyperpigmentation once again on this side after I cleared my skin up. But from the extractions, I put this on top and it really helped to sort of heal the skin, and it didn't burn. It just felt very mellow on the skin. And this tallow that's in here, actually, because I looked up all the ingredients, it has antioxidant properties in there. And so I think that's why it sort of helped heal the skin. So far, so good with this one. So this month I tried out the Morphe Light Form Extended Hydration Foundation. I love the foundation. I wish that the color matched me just a little bit better. It's a tad bit light, just slightly, but I could definitely get away with it, especially if I use a setting powder that's a little darker. But it's hydrating. It has skincare properties in it, which I didn't know before I used it, because once I put it on my skin, I noticed that my skin looks sort of plump and juicy. It sort of reminded me of a more full coverage Lancome Care and Glow, which is one of my favorites. So it's nice. So if you're looking for that good coverage and you want it plumping and like that more youthful look, but you want like to look more made up, this is a good one. I enjoyed it. I wore it about 2 or 3 times this month, so I know that's how I know I really liked it. And I took pictures and stuff with it. That's how good it looks. Just really one of those really flawless looking foundation. Pleasantly surprised by that one. And then I tried out the Morphe Filter Effect concealer. I tried quite a few concealers over the past couple months. I used the same time that I tried the Morphe Foundation, and this is a good one as well. This is what the shade looks like. So I use it for highlighting purposes. It gives like a medium to full coverage, and it's hydrating as well. Flawless. So these two were a hit. And since we're talking about that concealer, let me tell you guys about the next two concealers, which I actually picked up during the Sephora sale. And if you've been here, you kind of already know how I feel about them. First is the Kulfi concealer, and this one is excellent. I think it's minority owned brand. I have this one in the shade Glossy Guava. If I didn't mention the shades of the other products, I'll definitely have it for you in the description box. But flawless, sort of medium to full coverage, super smooth under eye with minimal creasing. So I definitely enjoyed this. Out of all the concealers I've tried this month, my favorite would have to be the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. The socialites have been recommending that I try it for a while now, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's more full coverage than all of them that I showed you guys today on like first layer, more full coverage. Very smooth and flawless. It almost reminds you of a foundation. Not that it's heavy, but just that coverage and how smooth it is almost gives foundation. Like, it's beautiful. This is something that I'll probably end up getting in like my exact skin tone because I got this one to sort of highlight, but I would love to get it in my skin tone just to sort of use it to spot correct on the face, because that's just, you know, it gives a good concealer to use on the actual face as well, not just to highlight. Long lasting and minimal creasing as well. So I tried a Morphe palette this month. I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but I did a couple looks using this. I did like a YouTube short. I don't know if I posted it, but I did one and did my makeup a couple times using it, and I really like it. So the name of this palette, Golden Seeker palette, is right here. But check these colors out. This is actually a palette that I bought specifically for this gold, which is gorgeous, you guys, but you get great pigment out of this palette. It's a one and done palette, so you got a good transition color. You have all of these colors you can use as lid shades. You can have some deeper browns so you can smoke it out if you want to. You could create any look out of this, and I gravitate towards these sort of palettes. The pigment on this palette is excellent, and I did pick it up during an Ulta sale, and I think this palette ended up being like $8 or $10 or something, so super affordable. It may still have Morphe products on sale at Ulta right now, so I'll have it linked in the description box. Check it out, because I know like the past week or two Morphe has been about 40% off. So I got a new favorite, a new holy grail, if you will. And I told you guys about this. I actually recommended it on my Sephora sale recommendations, but I tried it out in October and didn't get a chance to do, you know, the October favorites video, but this would have went on it. This is the Sephora collection Reveal the Real Radiant Skin Tint. It's a skin tint and it's beautiful, you guys. It's a long-lasting skin tint, buttery smooth, flawless. It gives you about a medium buildable coverage. You could get sheer if you only use a little bit, but it looks so effortless on the skin. I love this. This is a product I feel like will work for any skin type. If you have dry skin, normal skin, oily skin, anywhere in between, just make sure you use, you know, your go-to prep products, but this will work for anybody, and I highly recommend it, especially if you like natural looking complexion products. So in October, I want to say e.l.f. released some liquid bronzers or like contour products, and 2 or 3 new shades in their liquid blushes, which is pretty much like my favorite liquid blush formula. So this is the contour shade that I use, or like bronzer shade that I use, which is 7, I want to say, and the pink shade is called Coming In Hot Pink. If you guys can see, there is sort of golden reflex in the contour shade, but the pink shade is sort of reflective. The pink shade is not matte. It's kind of reflective. It has a little bit of sheen to it. So I'll swatch them, but if you've ever tried their blushes, then the cream bronzer or contour is like the same formula, I would say. So they blend out like a dream and super affordable. I just wish they had something a little bit warmer than this shade. I like the tone of it. Like, it's my type of tone that I like to wear, but I would like it to be a little bit warm. It's a little bit cooler than my taste, but I still like it. So hopefully they extend the shade range. That's coming in hot pink. Like I said, they blend out really good. So Patric Ta recently released some new eyeshadows, those glittery shadows that have been going viral all over social media, and I did pick up one of the duos. This one is the Do You Know Who I Am duo, and it's the golds, and I actually really like it. There have been mixed reviews about it, but I think they're beautiful, you guys. They're not pigmented like the way you see it in here. It almost just gives bits of shimmer, which I think is so gorgeous on the eye. It just gives you that sort of wet eye look. I just swatched them both on there, so I feel like in natural sunlight you can see it a little bit more than like a swatch in here in studio lighting, but it's just so beautiful on the eye, and it's quite different from any other glittery or shimmery shadows that I have. I wish I could describe it better, you guys, but it's different, which is what made me actually get it, because this is another product I picked up during the Sephora sale, and it wasn't on my wish list or anything, but as I was walking around I saw them and I thought, you know, why not swatch them? And I did, and instantly I knew I had to have it. At least these shades, just because the way the sparkles hit is just so different. Around that same time that Patric Ta launched those shadows, e.l.f. launched some glittery shadows as well. And I did test these out, I want to say side by side with the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows, which this e.l.f. one is supposed to be, like I said, dupe for it. Not quite a dupe. This e.l.f. one definitely has more pigment and color to it, whereas the Urban Decay is more like, gives you like that wet eye look, and it doesn't really have like a background shade to it the way this e.l.f. one does. Now I actually like the look of both the e.l.f. one and the Urban Decay Space Cowboy shade, which is like a champagne-y shade like this one. So I had Space Cowboy from Urban Decay on this eye, and then this Champagne Showers from e.l.f. here. So when I washed my face at the end of the night, I realized that the e.l.f. one, the glitter reflex in it sort of scratched my skin on my eye. The reflex in the Urban Decay formula is so much thinner and smooth. It wipes off clean without scratching or irritating the skin on my eyelid. But the e.l.f. one, it just left my lid feeling like, you know, kind of like there was texture there and a little scratchy. So I don't think I'll be wearing this one again unless I put it on top of like maybe a cream shadow or something else. I'm not really sure, because it just really left my eye feeling kind of irritated. So Juvias Place just launched some setting powders. I do have a full review up. I'll put the link right there if you guys hadn't seen it yet. I got the shade Cotton Candy and Vanilla Bean. These are some nice powders. They're not necessarily my favorite type of powders. They're ultra matte. So I feel like these powders would be really good for my girlies that like that super made up look, or if you have oily skin and you prefer a very matte powder, that's what these will give you. So I do feel like they'll work better for me in the summer months. But at the same time, when I first wore this, I had another video coming after it that I had to film for a haul, and it was hours later. The way my makeup was so flawless, I loved it. So for me, these would also be perfect for like pictures or filming. It's just flawless. It gives you like that flawless made up look. It's beautiful. I typically like to wear more natural powders, like that just kind of melt into the skin. This is not like melt into the skin. This is like giving made up, but nonetheless beautiful. Another recent purchase during the Sephora sale for me were the Giorgio Armani bronzers, and I like them both. I actually got two. So this one's in the shade 110, which is the second to the darkest shade, and it just gives a beautiful sort of golden bronzy look. And if you think like, oh, this would blend in with your skin tone, actually no, it actually shows up on my skin. So if you're my skin tone and you want like a subtle bronzy look that just gives effortless, like a barely there bronze, but it's there, and like a beautiful glow, like a sun-kissed glow, this gives you that true sun-kissed glow. I'm obsessed. I really like it. But originally when I got them, and I broke it already, y'all, just FYI, I dropped it on my wood floor and it broke. So that's that. But originally I bought this shade 120 because I was assuming that 110 wouldn't show up. But one of the socialites told me that she's my skin tone and 110 does show up, and she was right. But I originally bought 120 and it gives a deeper, cooler tone of bronze, which I'm not mad at. It gives more of like that true bronze to her. It's more cool tone that I normally wear, but it's still very beautiful. It's also a nice topper if you have like a flat bronzing shade already on there that doesn't have any shimmers. This is beautiful to sort of lightly layer on top of it, but these are nice. They're smooth. The reflex is not too overbearing, but they're definitely there. I don't know if the camera picks up, but it's quite reflective on the skin. It gives just enough glow. These are great. So Bobbi Brown sent over a big package that has their Pac-Man collection, and I just did a full review of those products, you guys, so I don't want to talk too much about this. I'll link the video right there for you guys to check it out if you hadn't seen it. But there's an eyeshadow palette. It has really good pigment, you guys. I had never tried Bobbi Brown eyeshadows before, so I was pleasantly surprised. They look great. They apply great. They're smooth on the eye. The pigment is excellent. The shimmers look great on, and the mattes blend out smoothly. And then they sent over 8 lip colors, which are lipsticks and glosses. I like them both. The glosses are more so like lip oils that are supposed to be sort of plumping, but it has minimal of that minty tingling, just a little bit, but they look great on. So some shades I like better than the others. So do check out that video if you want to see a little bit more about the Pac-Man collection. But overall, it's a hit. I was a little nervous at first because I thought Bobbi Brown Pac-Man, to me, the theme was just, I couldn't in my head really put Pac-Man together with Bobbi Brown, but it actually turned out to be a hit. Overall, I was pleasantly surprised by the collection, so I do recommend checking it out. So all month I've been testing out a few BK Beauty brush sets. Another hit, you guys. I love them. My favorite brush is the 101, which is this. This one's my absolute favorite. I've been using it for foundation and the way it hugs the skin. I love the density of it as well as how soft it is. Gives you a flawless application. You can get full coverage with this brush. I love it. And that actually came in the Holy Grail trio with 2 other brushes that looks just like it, but they're different sizes. And I showed you this a couple times before, but it's the 101, which is my favorite, and then we have the 109, which is the second size, and then we have the A506, which is the smallest in the trio. I highly recommend that you guys pick up this trio. Excellent brushes. The quality is second to none. I don't know if they're still having 30% off right now. The brushes are kind of pricey, so I would recommend picking it up during the sale if you didn't want to pay the full price, but I would say they're worth the price. I could see myself using this every time I do my makeup. So happy with that one. But I also tried the Nikki La Rose set, and this is the Pro Artist series that comes with 7 brushes. So the larger one here is actually a dual-sided brush. I had used it for like concealer under eye. It's so soft that I was thinking that it was for powder, you know, because I'm used to using something a little bit more stiff and sturdy to build coverage under here. But when I went back to edit the video where I used this under eye, I love the way it looked. So I'm not used to using something this soft under eye, but maybe I should get used to it because I love the look that it gave. So I'm going to test this out a few more times and keep you guys posted because the look was giving flawless. I love that. It was just very, I don't know, I liked it. So the set did come with these other brushes, and I think maybe one more that might be dirty at the moment, but powder, this could be powder, eyeshadow blender, liner. I tried them all and they're all excellent. So I just think that BK Beauty must make good brushes because I also tried one of the Anghan Hot and Flashy brushes and I like that one as well. I do have one of her sets, so I'll probably be using that in the next tutorial and see what I think about those. Also tried the Core Extension eye set from BK Beauty that comes with a couple of blending brushes and some like a little small shader brush and also like a pencil shape brush. really good eye brushes. So far I'm pleased with what I've tried from BK Beauty. So I did get a chance to try some new body butters over the past couple months. First is the Fenty Trio. So Fenty came out with a body butter trio that had 2 new scents, which is Toasted Marshmallow and Salted Caramel, and they're both so good, you guys. The Salted Caramel is so nice, which I thought was going to be my favorite. Smells very realistic, almost like one of those caramel chewy candies that you usually get during the holiday season. Just as hydrating, just as high quality as their original body butter. And then this Toasted Marshmallow. So when I first tested this out on camera, I did first impressions and I didn't smell anything. It was just like toasted marshmallows for what? I didn't smell a thing. But I tried it again about a month later. I put it on. I said, let me see if it's different using it all over the body. But just smelling it directly from the jar, it smells a lot more robust than it did originally when I tried it. So if you guys have it and you didn't smell anything at first, pull it back out and see if you see a difference, because I see a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that up. I wish that I would have gotten a full size, but I had so many other body butters. I thought that would be OD. I'm not a backup person that just buys a ton of backups unless I'm just gonna use it all up. But y'all, it smells so yummy. So honestly, out of the 2, I think the Toasted Marshmallow has become my favorite. And they are shimmery, the both of them. So I did pick up another new body butter recently, which is from Sephora collection. This is the All Day Body Hydrator. It has 96% clean ingredients in it. It's supposed to be a shea butter scent. To me, it's a little sweeter than shea. Maybe it is exactly like shea, but it's one of the best smelling shades I've ever smelled. Fresh and a little bit nutty like, but slightly and sweet at the same time. But it gives you great hydration that's lasting. It doesn't leave like that sheen or residue. Okay, so with the Fenty body butters, you know how when you use those, the skin has like shine. What material would it be? Like silk. I would want to be careful like touching my skin with something silk with the Fenty butter drops, because you know that's almost turns into like an oil. This really absorbs into the skin so well that you could probably put a silk shirt or skirt on top of it, you know what I mean? So it's one of those, and I really like it. I'm going to briefly talk about 5 fragrances that I've tried over the past couple months that I'm super excited about and I love. They're so good. If you want to see a separate video on like my new fragrances that are new to my collection, let me know, because I've gotten so many more than that, but we're only going to touch on 5. First up is one of the new Glossier fragrances, which is the purple one, the Glossier Reves. I think that's what you call it. It's in my room, so I don't want to go get it, but I wear that one to bed and it's nice. It's the softer out of the 2. They came out with a white one and a purple one. The purple one is actually the softer one, and it has like it's either a whipped cream or a buttercream note in there, but it's soft. It's a little vanillic, but it's woodsy at the same time. Really nice for bed or just any day. Just such a pleasant scent. But Mr. really loves it, and so I wear that one to bed. Highly recommend checking it out if next time you're in Sephora. And then Kayali recently launched her Yum Bougie Marshmallow. This one has, y'all, the reviews have been so mixed on this. The girls are just really feel passionate about this, good or bad, you know what I mean? But I picked up the travel size in it. It's a nice fragrance. It's pretty, it's sweet, it's definitely a compliment getter. I think the biggest thing with this one, but to me, all of her pinks are similar to this, so I didn't know what the big hoopla was, is it gives sort of like a little body spray tea, because I did compare it side by side to Bath & Body Works Strawberry Snowflakes. Now, the opening of the Bath & Body Works Strawberry Snowflakes definitely gives kind of like alcohol and a little cheap, but to be 100% honest, you guys, after having it on like a couple of hours, at some point, The Yum Bougie and the Strawberry Snowflakes starts to smell identical. You almost can't tell them apart. Actually, at one point, the Bath & Body Works one starts to smell a little bit better, but the one from Bath & Body Works, the scent kept changing. After a couple hours, it would smell better, and then, you know, maybe an hour later, it would sort of die off, and then maybe you could only get one note, and then it would smell kind of cheap. So one thing I would say about the Kayali Yum is this is consistent. It's like a consistent yummy goodness throughout, you know, the wear of the fragrance. It does start to get softer to the skin about like the 3 or 4 hour mark, but it's not like it's a beast mode fragrance anyway. This is going to give you a little bit softer than probably any of her other fragrances, but I think it's nice. If you're somebody that likes these sort of youthful, girly, you know, bubblegum, marshmallowy, foodie, gourmand type of perfumes, I think you'd like it. Just depends on your preference. This is one that I've never spoken about on my channel. I got this a couple months ago and I've been wearing it ever since. I've been so busy, I never got to tell you guys about it, but I've been picking it up often. Heard a ton about it on social media and had to pick it up, and let me tell you guys, no lies were told, and it's better than the original. Better. It's not equal to, it's better than. And this is called Anghan or Anghan, and it's from Lataffa, y'all. It's one of those Lataffa perfumes, and this is a dupe for Burberry Goddess. If you love Burberry Goddess, you would love this even more, and I think I paid $40 for it, and I think you get more product. This is the most beautiful. I don't even have to explain what it smells like, because if you smell Burberry Goddess, you know what it smells like. But imagine even more, a little bit more decadent, a little bit more everything is what this will give you. And they kept saying it, you know, on the reviews, but I was like, you know what? Let me see what for myself. And they told no lies, you guys. 10 out of 10. Burberry Goddess was on my top 5 favorite perfume releases of 2023. And this one slightly beats it out, honestly. The scent is excellent and it lasts even longer. More long lasting, more, it's a little bit more layered. So when I sprayed it on both arms and I did the comparison for like the whole day, this one just smelled a little bit more decadent, a little bit more expensive and rich. And so Anghan, Angham. I'll put the name in the description box though, but y'all, you can find this on Amazon. It's very affordable. So Fragrance Du Bois sent over quite a few perfumes, and I do have a dedicated video coming up for that. So be sure to check that out. You want to smell rich and refined and regal, this is the fragrance house. So this is Sirene from Fragrance Du Bois. This was like one of my favorites out of all of them that I tried. It's like cherry and musk. Oh my gosh, it's a little spicy. It just smells so rich, y'all, but feminine at the same time. I think a guy could get away with it because it is so spicy. This gives fall and winter. So good. So moving on to a couple of fashion items, and then I promise we're out of here, y'all. I got some boots from Target. They're gold, but they're like metallic-y. You know that metallic gold that almost looks like it was crushed up? I don't know what you call that, but I found some boots that has like a blocked heel, and they're like a light colored gold from Target, and they are gorgeous. They look good with the dresses, skirts. You could wear them with the jeans. You could wear, you know, with whatever you want to wear gold with. I think brown, I wore them with a brown dress one day. Love them. Love them, and they're so comfortable, so stylish. I don't know if they still have them because I got them about a month ago. I even did a reel of them because I was shocked when I saw them at Target. So love the comfort, love the style of them. And last but not least is a watch. So you guys know I'm an ambassador. If you don't know, I'm an ambassador for Jasper Cow jewelry and watches, and they are a Black-owned jewelry company, and she makes really chic luxe jewelry pieces. So the earrings that I'm wearing, and I wear these all the time, you guys have seen these a lot. The necklace that I'm wearing today, this chain, most of my watches and everything I get from there. And this is one of my new favorites. from Jasper Cal, you guys. And I got this like a couple months ago, and because it has like the, you know, the rhinestones or the diamonds around the bezel of it, I thought, you know, that's not my style. I wouldn't wear it that much, but it's become one of my favorites. It's not my favorite from there. Last month I showed you guys my favorite from there, but this has become one of my favorites because it looks good with so much more than I thought it would. It just makes a statement. So if I'm just wearing one solid color, or if I'm wearing denim, I throw it on. It's just almost like my version of a pop of color. So around the side is like gold, but they also have it in silver around the sides. But this month it's been my most worn watch from there, and I'm obsessed right now. So today is the last day for the 30% off Black Friday sale with Jasper Cal. So check out the website. Even if you don't pick anything up, just skim through the website and see what they have to offer. You know, like, why not? But the watches are great. All the pieces that I've had, I haven't really had any turning. New favorite, and you can get an additional 10% off with my code. I'll put it right here. You can get an additional 10% off along with the 30% off. So I thought I'd throw that in there. And that's it for today's video. Comment down below. Let me know what's something new that you've tried this month that you're obsessed with. So Vlogmas is in full effect, you guys. So I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the sky.